UFC president Dana White slaps the crap out of his wife.
Slaps the crap out of his wife.
Welcome back to the Reaction Channel, my freedom-loving friends, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants. There's a lot of it. And this little piece of news about Dana White slapping his wife, I wanted to cover it because I like to be a person of principle. The behavior of slapping his wife, completely inexcusable. All the things I need to say in order to get you to believe I don't condone his actions. Just ugly as hell. A man should never hit a woman unless like she's trying to kill his kids, things like that.
Yeah. If a woman is trying to kill your kids, or if a woman is trying to kill you, defend yourself. Bang! Just one time, get up off of them, get away from them. You know what I mean? You just enough to get away from them. That's it. I'm gone now. You tried to kill me. I papped you one time. Pap. You know what I mean? Got up out of there. But never to, I don't get the other part. You slap me and then I start slapping on you. I don't get that part. But y'all probably know more about this than I do, but let's finish this.
So being a person of principle, I don't like to give a free pass for anybody who's on Team Freedom. Now, I consider Dana White over the past 3 years, I have so admired his stance on freedom. He was the first major sports league, if you will, company to open up, basically do everything in his power to defy the lockdowns, open up, saying if people want to watch the fights, if fighters want to fight, we're going to put on a show. We're going to keep countless staff involved in the UFC. We're going to keep their jobs. I really admire that. He stand up to the corruption and said, not on my watch, I am not surrendering my freedoms. So I admire the hell out of the guy for that, but I don't want to give him a free pass. My mission isn't to just call out tyrannical leftists, globalists, and horrendous people like that. For me, the principle is calling out tyrannical behavior no matter who it comes from. If it comes from my best friend, if it comes from Fauci. So Dana White exhibited some tyrannical behavior towards his wife. So I want to take a look at it, share some thoughts in just a second. First, here's the incident, and this is on New Year's Eve in a nightclub in Mexico. Take it away, Dana.
Bam! It's like he said something to her, and she said something to him. Next thing you know, she popped off on pow. And then he said, whoa, boomerang.
You got her. Ugly as hell. So you could see she slapped him, then he slapped her, and then he kept going after her. Completely inexcusable. Now, it would be easy for any commentator who loves freedom to look the other way anytime another freedom lover does something horrible. But I like to stand on...
Man, I'm about to start doing push-ups before my daggone videos, man. This dude is jacked. Son, you're jacked, bruh. I want to be jacked while I'm looking at while I'm doing my videos.
Principle, I don't like to do the groupthink thing. Now, in a public statement since then, Dana White has done the exact PR thing you think he should have. He's come out and said, this was wrong, I own it, I am at fault, I apologize, I have never done anything like this before. He and his wife have also said we were drinking very heavily. And his wife came out and said basically same thing, supporting them and their family. We were drinking a lot. He's never done this before. We're going to make sure this never happens again. All the things that you should say in PR, whether you mean it or not. Do they mean it? I don't know. Probably, but I don't really know. Now, I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you love America. It is complete piece of trash behavior to hit a woman.
Thank you, JP Sears. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Because I've been saying the same thing. But guess what? A lot of people who follow my channel, they don't believe that. They believe, listen, you put your hands on me, goddaggit, I can put my hands on you. I can smack the I don't believe that, man. That's just me. I don't believe that. Honestly, I don't think that a man, or for Raymond, I don't think that a male should ever have to put his hands on a woman. Period. You ain't got to. Reciprocating that type of pain for what? Dana White was not hurt by that slap. He wasn't. Pow. Get her up out of here. Somebody get her, man. Take her somewhere. Take her up out of here. Thank you. I appreciate it. or I'm going to hold you and I'm going to take you up out of here myself. I'm grabbing you and I'm taking you up out of here, putting you in the daggone Uber, sending you home while I continue to have a good night and enjoy myself. Because I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me in front of anyone, and I'm not about to disrespect you in front of anyone. That's how I look at it. If that's your wife, consider the fact that you guys are public. You're in public right now. Everyone knows you. All right? Take care of that lady, man. She's emotional. She swings on you. You're not emotional. If you swing back on her, that makes you very much beta, less alpha. And I don't care how you look at it. It makes you extremely beta. If you're emotional enough to have your feelings hurt in front of people, oh, my wife slapped me, I gotta slap her back because the people going to think that I'm soft, or because she hurt my feelings and I can't believe she just did that, I gotta get her back. That's beta. All right, we can have this conversation all you want, but guess what? For me, it's not alpha at all. At all, not one bit.
If you're a man, even if you're equal opportunity for genders, women, you shouldn't hit women either. It's a truth of the matter, but it's also an excuse where Dana and his wife both said, we were drinking heavily. That doesn't get a pass in my book. I don't care who you are, what you're doing, and if drinking, quote unquote, provokes it, you are responsible. You are the one that chose to drink, that might have loosened up the screws inside your head to make you do something stupid. Now, when you do that something stupid because you chose to drink heavily, from my point of view, that is 100% as much responsibility on you as if you were sober, because you're an adult human being choosing to drink, then you do something tyrannical, horrible. You're committing violence not only on another person needlessly, but in this case, Dana White committing violence on his wife, who
That is facts. And I also just want to put this out here. Angel just now asked me inside the thread, do you think if he knew there was a camera around, if he would have had the same reaction? I don't believe so. I think he would have saved it. If he knew a camera was looking at him, he wouldn't have popped off. He thought that he was in the privacy of his daggone, well, you're clearly very much public. I guess you just like, okay, everybody's, having a good time. Nobody's paying attention to me, so I'm not even going to go there. Yeah, there you have it. I don't think that he would have if he knew there was cameras looking at him.
Who technically has not come out and said if she's a woman or not, but I would speculate that she is a woman. So with that said, I just wanted to share this news, not because I like gossipy crap, but because I like principles. And when someone does something tyrannical, I'm going to call it out because that's part of what we do on this channel. I don't care if you love America or if you hate America. I love to call out tyrannical behavior, of the earth behavior, no matter who you are. Then there's the question, well, what happens to Dana White? Is he canceled? Now, here's what's interesting. I haven't seen any noteworthy follow-up stories on this piece since the video came out, which, by the way, Dana White probably like, who's the jackass in that club who is filming me? I'm going to have them assassinated. What will happen to Dana White? My speculation is nothing. I don't think he's cancelable. He runs the UFC. He doesn't really answer to many people. Maybe at most he has to answer to the corporation of ESPN, and then I guess Disney, I think, owns ESPN because ESPN has a huge deal with the UFC. So from
Disney own ESPN? What?
From my point of view, the only route where Dana White, his career at least, is affected or canceled is if the executives at ESPN and or Disney decide to make an optical display out of somehow letting him go. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe they could do that. But aside from that, Dana White's one of these people, similar to Dave Chappelle, kind of in different reasons, but he's uncancelable because he doesn't need things that people can take away. He doesn't need attention. You could take away his social media, delete him, deplatform him. He's not cancelable in that regard. In my opinion, cancel culture is largely something, it only works if you submit to it. He's not really the kind of guy that submits to it. Which, by the way, in this case, 99% of the time, when we're looking at cancel culture, it's frivolous, ideological BS. But now when I'm using the term canceling Dana White, in the context of not frivolous stuff, but to the question, what will come of this. Will there be consequences on Dana White? I don't think there will be. I think he's proven at some level he's a hypocrite, because there's been UFC fighters in the past who have committed domestic violence and immediately he terminates them from the UFC. Another question, is Dana White on the whole a good person? Answer, I sincerely don't know. Is this horrendous behavior coming from someone who's inherently a good person, or is this horrendous behavior coming from someone who's inherently a bad person?
I think he's a good person. I do. I firmly believe that you can't judge anybody based off of one act. That's just me. That would be ridiculous to do. We have moments that show our true selves. We have moments that show our darker selves and us in our darkest times. And some people just don't hide who they are at all. And to be honest with you, that make you even more of a good person. To me, it's unfortunate that you have to apply certain types of pressure on certain people, but some people don't play like that. Grown-ups. And I know I did the whole talk about the alpha male and the beta male and all that other stuff, but I will say this. Some people in this world do not play. You can't just go testing anybody. At some point, his wife was going to receive consequences for putting her hands on somebody. She put her hands on the wrong person. That wrong person just so happened to be her husband. And he surprised her. All right. One day I'm gonna tell you, when I was in high school, 10th grade, my best friend, rest in peace, Burry, he passed away not too long ago, a couple years ago. He saw me talking to a girl at my locker, but he knew that wasn't my wife now, because I was actually dating my wife in the 10th grade then. But I was talking to another girl at her locker. Or was it at my locker? It was at her locker. And it was after school. And my friend Burry went and got my girlfriend, who is now my wife, and brought her over to the locker. And because he played like that, he loved to see me get in trouble. He loved it. That's what we did to each other. We liked to bust each other's, But when he did that, my wife, who was then my girlfriend, she slapped the hell out of me in front of everybody. This is after school. The bell done rung. The hallways are filled with people, like doing whatever they want to do, laughing, joking, walking, about to go out the door or about to go wherever they about to go. And my wife, who was then my girlfriend at the age of 15, slapped the mess out of me. I slapped her back. It was a reflex, but I slapped her back. And, I wasn't a bad person, but at that point in my life, I just was not there. I just was not, I was not where I needed to be. I was still growing, and I didn't play that. Like, if you hit me, I hit you back. But I grew out of that. When you love somebody, when you find somebody that you love, if it's a girlfriend, if it's a wife, when you start having children, and you see how delicate your children are, and then you start to teach them their gender roles. You start to really stress their gender roles. Like, you are a man, this is what you do. You are a girl, you're made of daggone lollipops and rainbows. That's what you're made of. And the boys, you're made of dirt and stone. You can't cry. Those type of things. That's how I was. Because parenting is learning on the job. You learn on the job. Anybody who's a parent, you know that. Okay? And shout out to all the parents out there. But yeah, I didn't learn that already, to be sensitive toward women. I was learning. This gentleman right here, he's in a tough and rough type of, that's all they do is freaking fight. That's what he does for a living. He managed fighters. The most gruesome daggone fighting that you'll ever see, UFC. So he's probably far more hard-hearted than me. Like me, I'm made of butter, man. I'm real soft when it comes to the ladies. But him, he's not built that way. He's a little tougher than that. So he's going to respond how he responds. But nobody can say whether he's a good, bad person. I don't think so anyway. At least I don't think so anyway. I'm just saying that sometimes, man, I love the fact that JP Sears is holding him accountable on this video. But I do also love the fact that he's not really judging him. He's just saying, yo, you need to do better. All right? You need to do better. Whether you're doing it only, in the privacy of your home, or when you think a camera is not around, or whatever it is, you just need to do better. At least try. And so does your wife. Your wife need to be held accountable for this too. right? Because you didn't slap her without her doing something to you. She went off on your head first. We don't know what was said. We don't know if you said that, you know, you was being disrespectful, if you was kissing other women around her or doing other things, like saying disrespectful things to her and she was feeling some type of way. We don't know, all right? All we saw is the end of it. Like when we look at the news and we see somebody get shot and killed, we think, oh man, whoever did that, they are a demon and they going to hell and they need to go to jail. And we don't know what the issue was. We really don't know. So yeah, just want to leave y'all with that, man. Thank you, JP, for that. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know about that there. That was awesome. I appreciated watching it. Hopefully you did too. Okay.